it is so genius.
Wow,
This is where the skill, swinging maestro
that
came
is
from.
fucking insane. Hey there guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is having a wonderful holiday or Christmas season. And yeah, today we are going to be checking out another UMA Musume lore. This one is called The First Love of the Prodigy. Excuse the creature that you are seeing on the left hand side of my screen, but I did kind of like download her last night, and for the life of me I don't really know how to control her or kind of like get rid of her in a way. So yeah, I'm not very tech savvy, so she's gonna be sleeping or chilling there for a bit. Yeah, this is a Cinderella breakdown. This video is made by Maybe, which by the way, go check him out. Go check out his channel's amazing videos over there as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's get right into the video.
In every field, there will always be a legendary figure, someone whose deed transcend time and is crowned as the greatest by future generation. In Japanese horse racing, that figure is the Hall of Fame jockey, Take Yutaka.
The man,
a
the
jockey
myth,
so
the legend,
that
boys.
he's almost godlike in Japan.
Godlike. Cause like, bro, in almost like a good amount of UMA Musume lore that I check out, this man's is there. Like he's like the fucking like main character of real life horses. Like literally,
quite
dude.
literally play a god in the side games commercial.
Really? Peak. Like, dude, look at this mask, dude.
In Cinderella Grey, this female Yutaka is often portrayed as a
Can I just say, this version from the anime, she looking bad, bro.
genius made of light and darkness in equal parts. And at the time,
Also, I
Take
do kind of
Yutaka
like
was
her
only
design
19,
too.
just began his career. His
So you're telling me this is Yutaka Take when he was like young, let's say, right? Yo, bro must be getting all the girls. Like, look at this man's, bro.
Ugly, if
Bro
I
is
have to
handsome as
describe
fuck.
it, but not in a bad way. This not so good looking posture carried a strong determination. Just like the anime, Take Yutaka had a Hall of Fame jockey as his father. Although the public pressure was piling high on this young man who just set his foot onto the sport. Whenever asked, is your goal to surpass your legendary father? He never answered the question directly. My father is my father and I am myself. But he
Okay, I
did
kinda
answer
like that.
it
I
on
kinda
the
like that.
race course, determined to be a greater legend, not bounded by anything other than skill. He only focused on victory, not the looks. Just look at his fancy JRA rankings throughout the
Brother. Since 89. Bro was basically considered the fucking like the fucking like Gojo of this fucking like thing. Damn.
years. But beyond his talent, what truly defines Take Yutaka is the accomplishment. He knew for the sport to reach a mainstream audience, the industry must first change the public perception. The sport suffered because many people saw it as a gambling activity. Therefore, he actively appeared.
I mean, I get it. I get it. Like a lot of people do, of course. But like there are a good amount of people that just see it as as a fan, as a fan, dude. Also, I kind of feel like that this is a good representation of a good amount of people right now trying to pull for Kita-san Black. Like, look at how happy bro is, dude.
On TV, became a role model
Dude,
that
it's funny.
inspired many. Through his charisma, Take Yutaka drew the attention of younger audiences, especially female audience, helping horse racing break out of his niche and become part of mainstream entertainment
He
in
was just
Japan. From a
built
young
different,
age,
bro.
he devoted his entire life to horse racing. Before Take Yutaka, there was no Take Yutaka. After Take Yutaka, there is no Take Yutaka. In both skill and spirit, he stands above mortal. Such godlike figure fits him perfectly. And throughout his long career, many legends cross paths with him. The promising main character Special Week, the peak of glory, deep impact, People's champion, Kita-san Black. My
Kita-san
favorite hero
Black.
thing, the return to destiny, Kizuna. And the first one who
Kizuna.
brought him to the public.
Interesting.
The
I
first
don't
love
think I've
of the
heard about
genius,
Kizuna before.
Super Creek. Before Super Creek was born, the farm owner...
Hey, yo, so you telling me this is how she looking like in the manga? Damn. I know she like I know about all the memes or like jokes that's been kind of like going online, but dude, like did this version of her in the manga kind of like fitted to a fucking T, bro? Cause like in core 1 and core 2, I believe, like she was just she wasn't portrayed as this. Cause like right here she does kind of like got that like what's that called, like adult look to her. It's like, look at this smile, look at this grin, bro.
wanted to breed a pure stayer. To make it happen, he sought help from a famous breeder, Shigeyuki Okada, the man behind Big Red Farm. Remember this name because he will
okay.
return at a crucial moment. With his guidance, a horse came into the world carrying a significant flaw on the leg. The weakness made buyer hesitate. Twice he went unsold at auctions because of his leg. And at the final opportunity in auction, the trainer asked an owner to give this horse a chance, therefore sold at 8.1 million yen with a starting price of 8 million, showing just how little faith people had in him. However,
Really?
ironically,
I mean,
the owner named this...
in a way, you can't really blame them because, well, I guess like they don't really know a lot about the Super Creek at the time, so I guess you can't really blame them like that.
With the meaning of hope. Super Creek. Even the smallest creek could one day become a mighty river.
So
Born weak.
Is that what her name means? Alright.
Nearly discarded before he could run, carrying a name that whispered of growth, and destined to fight against his leg throughout his career. Super Creek began his lifelong battle against destiny. In the beginning, Super Creek's body betrayed
him. Hey, yo. Boys, this is all we want. This is all we need. Like, look at this. Look at this absolute cuteness. Look at his face.
Him time after time. 4-star, 1 win. It was at this time Yutaka got a call to ride him. During practice, the trainer warned Yutaka about the leg, and when he mounted, he could feel it too. Let's just
really. I mean, considering the type of jockey that Yutaka is, or Take Yutaka, it's sort of not surprising to hear that he could feel that there's something like wrong or going on with Super Creek's leg.
Can finish the race. With little expectation, Yutaka and Super Creek began their journey. But the real race surprised Yutaka. Throughout the race, Super Creek answered signals perfectly, pushing through the pack fearlessly.
So it's Super Creek number 3 in this case?
Race, camp of victory could not be any easier. The young prodigy was instantly captivated by the horse
bro is
with
moving like that, dude.
So much so that he began talking like a teenager after the race. I don't want anyone else to ride this horse. I will ride him to win the derby. This was how the prodigy met.
This is one of the things I love, man. This is one of the things I love. Like, dude, I don't want anyone else to ride this horse. I will ride him to win the derby, bro. Also, it's not really it's not really like a big thing, but like what I've noticed is like the amount of like romance or like love stories that go on in like the horse world. It's actually kind of insane, dude. Because first off, this is just like an example, right? We got Yutaka Take over here with Super Creek, and then we got damn, what was it? I think it was Nakayama Festa. Yeah, I believe it was Nakayama Festa and the and like his owner. And then there's also Still in Love. So like, dude, that's just a few that I could name off the top of my head, but dude, I'm sure there's a lot more.
His first love.
So it is kind of interesting to know about that.
But Super Creek's biggest trouble was never other horses, but his fragile leg. When prepping for the derby, Super Creek's leg broke. From the moment he was born, he was destined to fight against this very flaw. What made it even more sad was Super Creek was too intelligent. He knew this injury would trouble the people taking care of it, so
Oh,
he pretended like
dude.
nothing was wrong and kept racing. Only when he could no longer bear it did people
That is
finally
sad,
realize
man.
how serious the injury was and immediately stop any future plans for competition. That's why in the anime,
That is
Super Creek
sad,
plays
dude.
very little role up to this point. Things have to move forward. He missed the first two classic, but there was still the Kikasho. And in truth, Super Creek was born for long distance. So in the trial race Kobe Shimbunhai, Super Creek finished a good third. After
Okay.
a layoff, this was a satisfying result. On top of that, the longer the race, the stronger Super Creek became. The team was confident
Actually,
in the main race,
third
as long
in
as
this
they
case
could
is
make
not
Super Creek
that bad.
qualify for the Kikasho. Because of the long rest,
Ooh,
Super
also,
Creek
can we just talk about the scene right here, bro? I believe this is when they sort of like introduced Super Creek, and dude, the way they did it, I like that they made her kind of look like a mysterious kind of like Uma Musume, dude. It was just
needed more
so
results to
fucking
fill
good,
up
man.
his resume to qualify for the classic. And at the time, there was one final chance: Kyoto Shimbunhai. All Super Creek needed was top 5. For a horse
Okay.
of his caliber, a top 5 in G3 was a piece of cake. However, destiny once again stood against him. At this race, Yutaka's strategy was simple:
Damn.
stay back, wait for the right moment, and strike on the final stretch. In the last straight, he suddenly found himself trapped behind a wall. Still, he quickly maneuvered position and accelerated, but just as he began the surge, the jockey in front of them kept weeping on Super Creek's face. And not just once or twice, he kept doing that repeatedly.
Really?
No horse
What the
could
fuck?
possibly run normally afterward. So, in such a crucial race, Super Creek finished safe,
Oh,
just
that's
one place
tough,
short of
dude.
that final ticket. This is when things got interesting because a miracle happened. Depends on which perspective you hear about the following story. You can form very different understanding
Oh,
of this.
is this like when what one of the horses kind of like dropped out of the race and then she got entered as the top 5 technically?
So-called miracle. First, if you only watch the anime, they will tell you the team never gave up the hope, and the horse magically resigned, which allows Super Creek to attend Kikasho. If you search up on Wikipedia, Shigeyuki Okada returned to the story. As Super Creek's breeder, this horse also meant a great deal to him, and for a man of such genius in what he does, he knew in himself, if Super Creek could make it to the Kikasho, he would be the winner. Therefore, did not see such a talent go to waste. He made a call to withdraw his horse from Kikasho. Still, a story with sunshine and rainbow, but as much as I want to call it a miracle, the truth is far more complicated. Because the horse that withdrew wasn't a simple horse, it was the very first group winner owned by Okata's racing club, Ruffian, which had just been
Ruffian.
founded. This horse had a special meaning to the entire club member. The fact Okada made the phone call just the night before the final deadline showed how agonizing and conflicted he felt until the last minute.
Damn,
But when the
dude.
trainer heard about the withdrawal, he was furious. Regardless of having a result or not, it took a tremendous amount of effort for everyone in the team to simply prepare for a race. And now at the night before, everything we did will just go to waste like this. For what? And the most important thing is, Okada did not own the horse. This horse was co-owned by many members in the club. And the very reason the trainer agreed to take care of this horse was because he was moved by the new ownership idea Okada pitched to him. An idea that anyone, regardless of the wealth, could share ownership to their loved horse. If
Okay,
he can
kind of
just
like
make
that.
such an important decision all by himself, then what about all the trust he had? What about other club members? What about the dream and the future he pitched with all those passion? This phone call would be nothing less than a betrayal of everything they agreed upon. Although the trainer ultimately had his horse withdraw, he caught tight with Okada and refused to take any horse from this club. This is what it takes for a miracle to happen. Now, after so many things, Super Creek was finally cleared to run, but the pressure fell on Yutaka. At that time, 4 other owners also had invited him. And when Yutaka arrived at the stable to make his choice, he also did not have a final decision. Remember, just like Super Creek going through so much, Taki Yutaka also sacrificed a lot just to get to the race. When he was looking at the runners one by one, he left Super Creek for the last one.
Oh,
Between him and
really?
this horse, so much had happened. The bitter beginning, the sweet companionship, the disappointment of reality. Standing in front of Super Creek, he was undecided, and just as he was about to turn away, as if Super Creek was holding him back, gently he tugged at his sleeve, begging him not to leave. Taki Yutaka and Super Creek, both gifted, both yearning for a chance to show their talent. Their destiny had been intertwined with each other long before they met. I don't know what will happen, but I want to ride this horse to Kikasho. This is the story behind the famous incident reversed.
As y'all know, who like the people that do like watch me like react to Uma Musume, you all do know that I do not read the manga. So seeing panels like this, dude, just wow, man. Like this is how fucking beautiful the manga is. Bro, what the fuck? I am missing out. I mean, I'm still definitely not gonna be reading the manga, but because like I don't want any like spoilers ahead. But like, dude, this is crazy.
Nomination. From that day forward, the genius
Just
and
like
his
look at how
first love were
crisp that
never
art style is, man.
separated. Until the main race, I'll try to break down the Kikasho to complement the anime. At the Kikasho, because the overall pace was slow, all the horses bunched together like Tokyo traffic. Many jockeys decided to swing wide, running on the outside to find room. This meant covering slightly more distance and giving opportunity to others. But compared to being trapped inside where acceleration was nearly impossible,
Yeah, because
it
like
seemed like
if you are inside at this point of the race, at the very fucking last spurt, there's a very high chance of you kind of like getting boxed in or getting locked in by the other horses, and it's kind of hard to get yeah to get out of that box basically.
the correct answer only when everyone saw Taki Yutaka moving toward the very inside, calm and collective, being blocked against a wall and not worrying at all. The people begin to think, wow, what an idiot. While people were puzzled,
The
the
fuck?
genius already found the answer to victory.
I mean, in a way, I sort of understand it, but like sometimes you gotta be a little fucking crazy to do what other people least expect you to do, and that usually fucking like gets you what you need in life, basically.
At Kyoto Racecourse, the final corner had a small gap without a fence, allowing what looks like a suicidal move to become the
Ooh.
race-winning tactic. When I describe it now, it seems so easy.
Wait, are they allowed to go like inside of that and then like kind of like fucking go inside again? I don't know if I'm making sense,
But
but
there's
yeah,
no
it
way
is
this is a
interesting.
pre-race strategy. Imagine being at the very end of the race, stuck in the moment of crisis, and only 19 years old, just began your career in the
Damn,
grand
dude,
stage,
19
to
years
make
old.
such a bold, split-second decision against the flow of everyone else.
So is this Yutaka Take over here, or is it this one?
You have to
Oh,
admit,
no, it's this one. Yeah, it's definitely this one right here, dude.
Taki Yutaka is a genius. In fact, it is so genius.
Wow,
This is where the skill,
dude.
swinging maestro
That is
came from.
fucking insane. And brother, like the way they freaking portrayed this in the anime too. Like the way she kind of like fucking, well, not zigzag, but like kind of like cut through the other Umas. Dude, that was amazing. Damn, dude. And look at how far she is getting right now, bro. Mind you, this is a young Yutaka Take. I believe he did say, or I believe maybe he did say he was 19 years old at this point in time. So, brother, that is crazy.
In history, there were some horses whose legs would look drastically different.
Oh my gosh. Like, brother, seeing this picture of Silent Suzuka, my brain automatically goes back to what happened. But at the same time, my head goes to a different fucking place, which y'all know by now, like the news with the PETA or bullshit like that. The amount of things I want to say about them is unfathomable. But yeah, man,
I did not pair up with
crazy,
Yutaka.
crazy fucking
This
work
just
from
shows
them.
how genius he is. But after winning the Kikasho, things still did not fall into place. Super Creek's next target was the Alimakinian, and as many have known, this is a fan-voted Grand Prix, but despite being a classic winner, Super Creek could not even qualify through the fan vote.
Alright, boys. Can we just talk about the camera angles in UMA MUSUME? Like, whoever the cameraman is, I thank and praise him for giving us such views. And yes, this is very, very necessary for the plot.
Qualify through the fan vote. For a Kikasho champion, this was humiliating. All attention was focused on Tamamo Cross, Ugly Cap, and Soccer Boy. People weren't even caring about other contenders. Therefore, Yutaka wanted to prove his true strength, to prove everyone was wrong.
Because, like, brother, at this point in time as well, you gotta see that, like, yes, they are sort of the big three at that point in time. You got fucking Dick the Striker, we got Ogre Cap, which is like at the time, yes, she is a fucking beast. And we got Tamamo Cross too. So like all of those three, and then you have Super Creek here, who is sort of still somewhat of a upcoming horse. So I do kind of understand it.
But that determination ultimately backfired.
Hold up, wait, which one exactly is he though?
I know I might face disqualification, but otherwise I can win. Taka Yutaka knew exactly what happened, and
Oh, so was it here that showed like Super Creek kind of blocking another horse's path or way?
he knew he would be disqualified when he was caught. But what made him an elite at youth wasn't experience or skill, but the will, that determination to do anything to win.
Tough,
Yet,
dude.
even in disqualification, he still couldn't be Ugly Cap.
Yeah, like
there
they
was
are
no
over
excuse.
here too.
Ugly Cap was better. So while the nation celebrated the dawn of the new era, we can only fathom the feeling Super Creek's team closed out the year with. In the following year, both Ugly Cap and Super Creek took long breaks from racing, and in their absence, a new star stepped into the spotlight.
Yo, Baby Girl was just introduced to us at the very, very fucking finale of Sin Great Core 2. So, dude, I get it. I get the fucking hype. I get it, dude. I get it.
Inari won. They clashed together in fierce battles and would later be remembered as the Heisei Top 3. Because Cinderella Grey tells the story.
Yo, who is cooking up these manga panels, bro? Like, dude, the one I just saw of Super Creek earlier in the video. And now this is how Inari 1 is fucking looking in the manga. Dog, what the fuck? They are cooking
From
up,
Ugly
man.
Cap. It doesn't spend much time depicting Inari 1's rise during Ugly's absence. However, at that time, Inari 1 needed a temporary jockey, and the person the team reached out to was none other than Taki Yutaka,
Ooh,
which he
that's
agreed upon, but
interesting.
under
Okay.
one condition. He will ride Inari 1 before Super Creek returned. That just speaks to how much love he had for Super Creek.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, Inari 1's success was far greater than anyone anticipated. When Cinderella Grey picks up its next storyline, it is after Inari 1's breakthrough, and Ugly Cap and Super Creek finally return. This is where
so
things got
is that
interesting.
why they chose to kind of like showcase more of Inari 1 in the final final episode?
While Yutaka had agreed to ride only temporarily, it is very common for a temporary jockey stop being temporary once the result kick in. In fact, knowing Super Creek is coming back, Inari 1's team asked Yutaka to stay on as the main rider. So which horse would
But
Yutaka...
like, isn't that a little kind of like from what I'm seeing from this, isn't that a little kind of like disrespectful? Because like you already know that they are already jockeying another horse, and yes, they agreed to be a temporary kind of jockey. But like to ask them of that, I don't know how I feel about it, man.
Yutaka choose?
It's a little
And
tough.
what would that decision mean for that era? How would
Jesus,
these three
dude.
collide in a series of unforgettable battles?
Bro, what are they cooking, bro? What are they eating? What is this? Most likely, this isn't this isn't really a spoiler for me because I am just kind of like seeing this. But like, bro, what the fuck? This is awesome. Like the art style, man. Like, look at their faces. Like, oh my god.
This is the story you will have to wait for, or find it out in the manga.
Also, one of the things I love about Maybe's video is like he doesn't really spoil anything for the watchers. So I do fucking love that.
This video came out relatively late. I plan to talk about Super Creek as early as episode 16. But as I was writing his background story, I felt like ending at the Kikasho simply wouldn't do him justice. Horse racing is a romantic sport. I could just stop at a high note in Kikasho and have you enjoy just a beautiful story. But behind every beautiful story, sometimes lies an immense amount of sacrifice, a series of complicated events. This is history. Therefore, I put more things together to show not just from one perspective, but from
Like I've been saying, man, whoever the artist is for drawing these up, they need a raise. They did like, bro, look at this art style, bro.
many perspectives looking at what happened at the time. I hope that through these breakdowns, you are able to find even more depth and enjoyment, the so-called side characters a little more. People often forget, Ugly Cap's career was dramatic not just because of who he was, it was because of the presence of so many great rivals that ultimately
Also, it's like personally, I believe it's one of the it's because where she grew up on. Like that's one of the main reasons why a lot of people like Ogre Cap's story as well. It's because of like the way she reached the basically stardom in a way. So yeah, I
forged the
fucking love it too,
brilliance
dude.
of this period of time. They're shaped by the greatness that surrounded them, so please remember all of them with flesh and bones. Please remember, whatever lies underneath build up to the surface of history you are watching right now. Please remember this horse who destined to be the villain in Ugly Cap's story.
Oh, whoa, whoa. Yo, is that a little spoiler for me, bro? Cause dude, that the way he's putting it in there, okay, that sounded wrong, but yeah, dude, like the way he's going about it, the way he's kind of like hyping him up, hyping Super Creek up. Yo, I love that. I like that. I like that. Like calling Super Creek the villain of Ogre Cap's story. There's something about that I just find so fucking cool.
Super Creek.
Okay, so I guess that is gonna be it for the video. Hey, another amazing video coming from Maybe, bro. Like Loki, the amount of cooking that this guy is doing is just wild. Also, by the way, big shout outs to him for reaching like 1.7 K subscribers. Like, yo, that's amazing, dude. Alright, overall thoughts on this video. First off, I gotta give a big shout out to Maybe for making this amazing video. And like secondly, just wow, dude. It's just the way maybe kind of like makes his videos up to the point where like you do get fucking hype. You get drawn into it as well. And like doing all of that without giving out spoilers, bro. I love that shit. I love it. I love it. But yeah, overall like 10 out of 10 like video. I loved like the story of Super Creek and Yutaka Take, dude. And as I said, there's a lot of stories like that in the horse world. This is just one of them, man. This is just one of them. But yeah, what a wonderful freaking video. If you guys did enjoy my reaction to this, comment, like, and subscribe. Happy holidays. And yeah, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And I will see you guys on the next video.